Alright, so we decided to map Saturday for our project. While reading the novel, a lot of us noticed that the protagonist, Henry Perron, was rather introspective. Throughout McEwan's novel, we see that Henry's emotions often rise and fall in the same way his sense of security and control fluctuate. So, we decided to map these two elements of the novel to reveal how the themes of happiness and power struggles are fundamental to the novel. Okay, so to explain more about our product, we have Anthony here to explain our website.
Yeah, alright. Our mapping artifact is contained inside this website here for Mapping Saturday. We've got multiple tabs, our purpose, the overview, the quick tutorial, which deals with the Prezi and how to get the most out of the experience of viewing our Prezi. You have the map, and then you have works cited, which very important. We decided to map Saturday using the Prezi. There's several advantages to doing this instead of just using the traditional literary analysis. Our map spatially displays the contrast between events that are inside and outside of Henry's control. This directly relates to our main theme that Hannah just explained. By looking through the Prezi, we can see that Henry's satisfaction with life correlates with his ability to find peace of mind. And now here's Julie.
Hello. Okay, so this is what we have so far of our Prezi. If you can see, this is Henry Perron, our main character, the surgeon, looking out on a window that is just everything else in his life. You could say that he is one person, and this is the universe right here, right? So we've got this airplane right up here, and it's kind of flashing. It's got some yellow coming out. That symbolizes the airplane blowing up. It's one of the first things in the novel. It's the first thing Henry sees when he looks outside, and obviously that is far beyond his control. And then you've got other things, such as these little tiny things in the window, which our Prezi will zoom in on during its passage. And they just tell about different passages in the novel, such as such as this one right here, talking about Henry and his view of jazz and how jazz is kind of something that's out of his control. It's something that he doesn't really feel comfortable with, and so he's not really happy with it. And so that's out in the window. And then there are other things like the surgeries that he does that are on him, and so that means that's in his control. So basically on this Prezi you see what's out of his control and what's in his control. And then you see the ratings of him, how happy he is and how in control he is. And each data point is backed up with cited evidence from the text as well as logic and reasoning. And now we're going to have Maria talk about kind of what that control means.
Hi everyone. So the way that our Prezi is working is we've got our man, we've got Henry, and then we've got everything that's outside of him and his control. And our thesis that we're trying to display to you, our audience, through our Prezi is that whenever he is in control, whenever Henry is controlling the situation and has the ability to change it, he is much happier. And whenever the situation is outside of his control, like the airplane, like Baxter in the car incident, he's very unhappy. And so you see that correlation through the mapping that we have, because all of our events that Henry is in control of, such as the surgery, are going to be mapped on him. Like his surgery will be in his hands, his experience with his family will be on his, in his head or on his heart, and every time that he's able to make a difference in a situation or a circumstance, like our map will show that on that example on his body. Every time that there's another situation that he's unable to make an impact on and that makes him unhappy, we have that over here as Julie explained in the windows. And overall, when our map holistically should be able to and is able to display the correlation between the external events, the external locus of control versus the internal locus of control, and you see the pattern that every time that there is control, it's on his body, and every time it's not, it's outside of him. So that's how our thesis is going to be proved by our map. Next we have Andrew, who's going to go through how we found out about this correlation through our graphing process.
Hi everyone, I'm Andrew. As you can see by our lovely graph, which actually isn't up yet, but our lovely graph has different sizes of circles. The larger the circle, the more often that particular data point occurred. So if you could see, like, this one has a really big circle, so that means that we went through the book and we looked for the amounts of like happiness and power that each particular passage had, and then we rated it on a scale of 1 to 5, and if there were 2 ratings of, say, happiness rating 2 and power rating 3, then the circle was twice the size as one of where it'd be like happiness rating 1, power rating 1, and there's only 1. So basically what ended up happening was put that into Excel and found the trend line, and it was actually an exponential function, and that shows that power rating and happiness actually have a very strong correlation. So the happier you are, the more powerful you're feeling, and vice versa. And it was found that this was like an R-squared value of 0.6, with 1 being the most correlation. So there's actually a thing there. It's not like making up in our heads. So that's pretty much it, and that's our project.
Okay. How do you stop recording?
It's over here.